Happy belated Easter, everyone. That's right, the Cup Series may not have raced this weekend, but you know who did? The O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, the Truck Series, and the ARCA Menard Series East. The first series to get started was the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, the Black's Tire 200, happening on Good Friday. Couple things before we get started. Jake Garcia is the pole sitter. He set a new track record doing this. Corey LaJoie will drive the 10 truck for Colleague Racing full-time after Daniel Dye was let go from the team. Daniel Dye may have been reinstated by NASCAR, but he will not have a ride with Colleague for this year. The driver in the All-Star truck this week for Colleague Racing is Ty Dillon, his second appearance in the 25 truck. Corey Heim is in this race, this time driving the 5 truck instead of the 1 truck he drove at Darlington. Carson Hocevar, who was in the TV booth last year, will drive in this race. This race is race number 2 of the Triple Truck Challenge. Corey Heim won race number 1. Let's see if he can win race number 2. If he does, that's another 50 grand in his pocket. Rockingham has new pavement and new safer barriers. Despite those 2 additions, the track is still very slippery. Drivers have their hands full, and trucks keep sliding around, especially in the turns. Jake Garcia may have started this race, but it's Corey Heim who's in control, as from a 4th starting spot, he's able to go to the lead in about 10 laps. He stays there for the majority of the race, winning stages 1 and 2. During stage 1, Carson Hocevar's engine goes sour, and he needs to nurse it for the rest of the day. Ultimately, he ends up bringing it behind the wall towards the end of the race. Some surprise names in the top 10. Lane Riggs brings it home in 3rd, Stuart Friesen brings it home in 4th. Corey LaJoie is the highest finishing Ram in 7th place. ThorSport closes out 8th, 9th, and 10th with Ty Majeski, Jake Garcia, and Cole Butcher respectively. Sammy Smith comes up a little bit short and finishes outside the top 10 in 11th. Ty Dillon, who had handling problems, brought it home in 22nd. Brendan Queen Butterbean looked like he was going to have a solid day, running inside the top 10 at the start. Unfortunately, he hit the wall and was never able to bounce back, finishing the day in 27th place. Towards the end of the race, Caden Honeycutt starts hounding Corey Heim for the lead. He almost gets him too as Corey's truck breaks with less than 5 laps to go. Unfortunately, or rather ironically, lap traffic is what saved Corey Heim and got him the win. Corey Heim and Caden Honeycutt both drive for Tricon Garage, as does Tanner Gray. Tanner Gray was running 2 laps off the pace compared to Corey and Caden, who were both battling for the lead. Corey used Tanner as a pick, which secured him the lead in the final turn. The meeting on Monday has got to be awkward, as Corey isn't running for points, but Caden is. Speaking of points, here are your point standings after race 5 at Rockingham. The points leader is currently Corey Heim. In 2nd place is Caden Honeycutt. 3rd in points is Lane Riggs. 4th is Chandler Smith. 5th is Ty Majeski. 6th is Gio Ruggiero. 7th is Christian Eckes. 8th is Ben Rhodes. 9th is Stuart Friesen. 10th is Justin Haley. Haley is the highest Ram in points, I should mention. In 11th place is Tyler Ankrum. 12th place is Grant Denfinger. 13th place is Jake Garcia. 14th place is Tanner Gray. 15th place is Andres Perez. 16th place is Cole Butcher. 17th place is Brendan Queen. 18th place is Daniel Hemrick. 19th place is Landon Lewis. And 20th is Chris Wright. In 21st place is Connor Mozak. 22nd is Frankie Muniz. 23rd is Daniel Dye. Watch him drop as the weeks go on. 24th is Minnie Tyrell. 25th is Dawson Sutton. 26th is Spencer Boyd. 27th is Adam Andretti. 28th is Tyler Reif. 29th is Timmy Hill. And in 30th is Josh Rayum. In 31st place is Nick Litz. 32nd place is Corey LaJoie. 33rd is Clayton Green. 34th is Colin Braun. 35th is James Hinchcliffe. 36th is Ben Meyer. 37th is Travis Pastrana. 38th is Connor Jones. 39th is Clay Greenfield. And 40th is Caleb Costner. 41st is Dario Franchitti. 42nd is Connor Hall. 43rd is Carter Fartook. 44th is Luke Baldwin. 45th is Michael Christopher Jr. 46th is Parker Eatman. 47th is Justin Carroll. 48th is Tyler Tomasi. 49th is Jackson Lee. And 50th is Jason Kitzmiller. And rounding out the points, 51st is Jason M. White. 52nd is Nathan Nicholson. 53rd is Derek White. 54th is Tony Stewart, and 55th is Wesley Slimp. Next up is the ARCA Menards Series East with their race, the Rockingham ARCA Menards East 125. This is actually race number 2 of 7 for the ARCA Menards Series East. Talk about short. Tristan McGee, the winner from last week's race at Hickory, is on the pole. Max Reeves, who finished second, will also start second. Cletus McFarland and LS George will race today, driving the number 30 and 0 cars respectively. It's Cletus's first East start of the year, and LS George's second East start of the season. As for the race itself, Tristan McGee will go on to win the race and lead every single lap. Tristan had some challenges for the lead for sure. Carson Brown, who won the ARCA race at Phoenix back in March, challenged for the lead. Max Reeves never had a chance to contend for the lead due to a cut tire sending him to the back. He would finish 8th 2 laps down. The first car off the pace, believe it or not. This race definitely has a contender for the strangest caution we've had this year, as the 70 car of Wesley Slimp lost a roof hatch cover to his car. There is a caution that happened that I'm calling attention to because Flo didn't capture it. Connor Hall in the 24 car rear-ended Michael Maples on the 99. We see footage of Michael's car, and we see the aftermath of Connor Hall's car with the front end smashed in, but we don't see the incident itself. Good job, Flo. Cletus McFarland had a fantastic day, finishing in 4th place. Finally, we have the main event, the North Carolina Education Lottery 250. The truck race and ARCA race were pretty similar in that one car dominated all day, and there were very few, if any, cautions on the track, and the ones that did happen were for single car incidents. Can the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series buck this trend? Kind of. This race got off to a weird start, because when the command was given to start engines, all you heard was, "Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the most famous words in motorsports. Here to give the command is XYZ. Take it away!" Yeah, for some reason, the microphone cut off on them. A couple things before we get started. JJ Yaley is the only Ford in this race. I'm not kidding. This happened after AM Racing pulled out for the weekend. Ford is lacking hard in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Yikes. Cletus McFarland will make his O'Reilly Auto Parts Series debut, driving the 33 car for Richard Childress Racing. Corey Day continues to impress, as he is the pole sitter for this race. Much like Corey Heim on Friday, Corey Day will go on to win stages 1 and 2 of his race. Unlike Corey Heim, he loses the lead in the final stage and doesn't win the race. Anthony Alfredo popped his right front tire, and despite him going slow to try to avoid the damage, he couldn't help it. The tire fell apart and shredded his fender. Oof. Much later in the race, Jeremy Clements went into the pits to fix up his car after he got damaged in an accident. Unfortunately, he took off with a very expensive roll of tape and took it with him onto the racetrack. Yikes. Cletus is not having a good day. He started the race in 35th, and he said he took it a little easy in qualifying. It's clear when the race started he was just slow. Hung out in the back of the field all day long. He almost lost it. Thankfully, he saved it, but he ended up finishing 32nd, 6 laps down. If stages 1 and 2 belong to Junior Motorsports, stage 3 belonged to Joe Gibbs Racing, as 3 of their cars ran in the top 5 all throughout stage 3, with William Sawalich going on to win the race. Williams' win is very unusual because it happened in April. Toyota, or more specifically Joe Gibbs Racing, has been known to run up front and dominate, but here they didn't get their first win till April. Maybe that's a sign of things to come, or maybe they're just having an off year. Who knows? Let's end this video with a simple question. Should the Cup Series return to Rockingham? I don't see why not. There's clearly a demand for it, as shown by the fans turning up for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race the last couple years. And as the on-track product has shown, the racing is still pretty good. Yeah, sure, it's a little drawn out and is not as wreck-filled as some other tracks, but it doesn't need to be. The fun is watching these guys slide around the track and fighting for grip and fighting for position. The only real concern is, how will the next-gen car handle Rockingham? As you've seen, it handles some tracks very well, like the 1.5-mile cookie cutters or the big D-shaped oval in Michigan, but other tracks it struggles at, like the short tracks or the road courses. So there's that concern too. There's also the question of which track will lose its race date if Rockingham joins the schedule. Because remember, Dover lost the race to accommodate Nashville Super Speedway, and to get North Wilkesboro a points paying race, Dover had to lose another date. And that's why Dover is the All-Star race this year instead of North Wilkesboro. So there's a lot of questions and logistics over if the Cup Series should return. If you ask me, I say go for it. What's the harm in that? As NASCAR has shown for the last half decade, they're not afraid to mix things up and try new things. So why not? Let's give Rockingham another shot, NASCAR. The fans deserve it. So, where are we after this weekend? It's Bristol, baby! That's right. The Cup Series, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and the Truck Series will all race at Bristol Motor Speedway. Alongside those three, the ARCA Menard Series West will have a race in Tucson, Arizona at the Tucson Speedway. This weekend is going to be jam-packed, and I cannot wait.